Hi there and welcome to this video about if statements. It's quite a common requirement for us in our apps to want our programs to only run certain sections of code based on the value of variables or return values from functions and things. It's a way that we allow our programs to make decisions. So for example, let's say I've got a character in a game and I'd like it to be able to move around the screen based on the left and right key on a keyboard, and that's fine, but I don't want my character to be able to leave the screen. Well, when I get to the edge of the screen, I need my code to say, well, if you are at the edge of the screen, do a little test. If that's the case, then you're not allowed to move. So it doesn't run the code to do the movement, as an example. So that's just an example there, but there's plenty of times, as an example, another thing is, let's say I had a Space Invaders game and we fired a bullet and that bullet is going to hopefully hit an alien. Now, if it does hit an alien, then we need the alien to disappear, we need the score to go up, etc. But if it doesn't, then we don't want anything to happen. We just want the bullet to continue going off the screen. So we need our programs to make decisions all the time, and that's what if statements are for. So in this example here, I've got a very simple app, and I've got a local variable called magic number, and I've let that magic number equal 7. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just sort of do a demonstration of how an if statement works. So if I say if and magic number, okay, and I say is greater than 5, let's say. Okay, and then I've got my open and close curly brackets there. And let's say I did a gfx dot write, okay, and I say number is greater than 5. Right, so if I run this program, okay, then in this case, the variable was 7, so it says the number is greater than 5. Right, now if I go back to my source here and I set that to 4, so now it's not greater than 5. Just check and see what happens. And we can see it doesn't print that to the screen. The app's finished, it's loaded, it's all done. Okay, so let's just go back to the code and actually figure out what's happening. Well, what actually happens with an if statement, okay, is an if statement has a condition. And this is the condition in this case, and it says magic number is greater than 5. Now, that condition must always evaluate to a true or a false. Okay, so this just says, well, magic number is greater than 5. In this case, magic number is 4. So that's actually false, it's not true. Okay, so magic number isn't greater than 5, so it's false. And if it's false, if your if statement or your condition evaluates to false, okay, then it jumps, completely ignores this, it doesn't go inside of the curly brackets. The only time it goes inside of the curly brackets for an if is if the condition evaluates to true. So in this case, because it's false, it jumps. If I change that to 7 again, or any number greater than 5, then in this case it says, well, if magic number is greater than 5, so it checks magic number, finds it's 7, which is greater than 5, and so that is now true. And therefore, because the condition is true, it then goes inside of the brackets, which is why it only works then. So that's how an if statement works in ELC or youSRC, and it's a means by which we can allow our programs to make decisions to only run certain portions of code normally based on the value of, or the current value of a variable, or the return value from a function.